Haha! Welcome to the Noob Tube, everybody. As you can see, we are playing No Man's Sky, and I am going to start this stream or broadcast or whatever, this little video, talking about a little nostalgia while we wait for the sun to set. We are in the FDI's home system. I think they may have relocated because just before or along with Beyond, and at any rate, this entire system now is filled with countless bases that players have that have no lights. There's nothing going on. Everything's dead and desolate. And I wanted to start off by just reminding us of how this has happened before. So if anybody's familiar with another builder crafter game, Minecraft, if you've ever tried to use redstone or pistons in that game, or do things like make monster farms, automated farms, or farms for resources like food, wood, or stone, you would even use redstone to create hidden doors. And people have even done things like create machines that would be bridges that construct themselves, houses that completely come out of the walls of things like mountains. And the possibilities are endless. One person actually made a completed computer inside of Minecraft with redstone, and it's amazing that that's even possible inside of a game. Nonetheless, all of these features are done with the building mechanics being specifically set the way they were for those attributes to give you the desired result. And when they came up with an update that changed redstone, well, it changed a lot of those farms and machines. Some people's farms would actually take themselves apart. Some people's farms just fell apart. Some people's farms, you would go up to activate it and it simply wouldn't do anything. And this was somewhat tragic, but it's just kind of inevitable when you have this sort of a game or play style, at hand. And, we demand updates and changes and new additions, and with that comes innovation and sometimes adaptation. And it was just crazy. You'd come into your map and you'd see a machine that you built and expect it to do the purpose that you designed it to, and much like in Endgame when Thanos snaps his fingers, you'd kind of just watch your creation disintegrate as gravity now applies to materials that it didn't used to apply to, or materials want to burst into flames or explode now that didn't used to before, and all kinds of awesome jazz like that would happen in games such as Minecraft whenever you had something like that. Well, anyways, that's a really good example of things like this going on with builder crafter games. So now I think we're still waiting. Yep, the sun is going to set soon. And so we're going to go ahead and point out the first thing about this base. It was designed to be hidden. It was supposed to start out as just an experimentation with lights and arrangements for the game before I set out on larger building missions. This was my first real endeavor to try and make something. And I put it on Nabes because there wasn't much else. We were going to use it for... I didn't want to deal with, the lag or other people's bases. I wanted to kind of have some privacy, but put it in the home system of the FDI hub. Got to shout out to those guys every chance I get. It's an awesome community. If you play No Man's Sky, hit it up. It's still active, and people still up in there building and doing the jazz. But as we enter the atmosphere and the sun sets, what a beautiful thing to see. Just love that this game has such interesting things in it, such as being able to watch a sunset from orbit of a planet. Can you imagine? Oh man, and just for the hell of it, let's go ahead and get into the cockpit here. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And so, as we wait for the sun to set, I'm going to remind you guys that on my page in the channel, there is a video with this base lit up, and it is it's quite a marvel to see with all of the color. And I wanted to come back to this base now because I have never seen it since the update. I don't know what this base is going to look like. It's going to be the first time that I set eyes on this base in absolute darkness. It's going to be kind of sad and heartbreaking, but it's got to happen. So the first thing I'll point out is that it was supposed to be hidden, and if you'll notice that I put a beacon there and made the beacon black, and until we got close, you couldn't even see the base reticle. That was deliberate. I wanted it to be at least somewhat, you know, like difficult to notice where this base was from a distance, so that way it wasn't going to just be like, it really took away from the whole hidden in a cave thing, when there was just a base reticle, like, easy to find that would bring you within the vicinity of it. So, but it's okay, because even if you did manage to see the reticle and come and find the base that I've already managed to lose, great, here it is. You only stumble upon this little thing right here at the opening of this cave. It's empty and dark. It gives you an idea of what the caves looked like before I put anything in them. You know, it's nothing. This one actually has more light than most of the caves, more natural light from the sodium that's around, and I think that, yeah, as you take it and gather it, it changes and things go away. Light doesn't, though. So now this little tower here was put here just to kind of like tease people when they came to it. When I uploaded this base, I released to the FDI hub that I had made it and that I had hidden it on this planet, and this is the only landmarker that you get when you begin your endeavor to try and find it out here. I do remember where I hid it, so I think it's that way. Yeah, it's about so many units in this. Yep, it's right over here. And so, you know, it made it kind of difficult to find this base out in the desert because I put the base computer deliberately very far away from the base, or the construction itself, just to throw people off and force them to actually have to do so. I did put a pilgrim spawner at the bottom of that empty cave that if you managed to explore it, you'd go in there and you'd find it. And you'd be given a pilgrim so that way you can more quickly search around the desert. Damn. What a moment. Well, if you're familiar with this base and you might know what we're looking at, this is the beginning of the end, my friends. So, we're going to go into third person here, and before we get any closer, I'm just going to say that this base used to be very colorful and lit up, and in honor of all of the bases that we made, to all of them, we will enter this base with humility and appreciation for how dark it is going to be, because there are countless bases people have built, hundreds of hours they've spent, that are going to suffer the same fate as this one is. It's never going to see light again. I'm not going to come in here and reclip all these lights and try and hook them up to a power generation system. I'm going to rebuild another base designed to deal with that stuff, and this one will now be made a tribute to the FDI. I'm going to make a comm station here and over by the actual base computer itself to reference all of the bases that we're never going to go back to and re-implement into our base structure system, because it's just a lot of work to go back and put lights in all this stuff. So, without any further ado, as I say again, let's go ahead and rip that band-aid off, fellas. So, well, that's a wall. It's over here. This was the entrance, and it was lit up. You will see that in my video, Clubbing Out and Hiding Night Lights in No Man's Sky. And now it is dark. We will enter the depressing ass dark cave. Oh my god, it's so dark. And now there's nothing here. Oh, the staircase, the beautiful staircase is just blackness. This is so tragic. Oh, if you ever if you watch that video and you watch enough of it, you will eventually see me running up and down this staircase, and it is a beautiful, beautiful array of colors and hidden lights. And it is no longer. There's the teleporter that doesn't work. Oh, look, the fissures still do things. Isn't that nice? Oh man, this is so painful, guys. I'm in so much pain right now. Oh man. All right, and so that's tragic. That was one of the most beautiful parts of this base. I've got screenshots galore of it though because I loved it so much, so it's all right. Well, dang, guys. It's so dark. It's just not the same. It's not the same at all. Wow. What is going on? They even changed the caves, the interior of the caves. All of these lights used to be hidden by local fauna and flora, so I guess with the update, they changed location. Well, it's good to know that you're still exactly where you've always been. This cave is extremely poisonous, not fun to be in for very long, and made it great for PvP. And wow, welcome to the dance floor after hours. This was one of the most colorful parts of the entire build, and now it is also in complete darkness. You know, it's alright. Like this is still a really cool PvP base. I could still come in here and I could throw lights around and light it back up, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it as a tribute. I might even leave the lights in place. These lights were completely invisible, all of them hidden by stalactites and stalagmites. You couldn't see them in the game. I don't know, maybe I'm experiencing a bug right now. Nope, because there's some right here. Maybe I'm experiencing a bug right now, and they'll pop in at some point and hide all of these lights again. But they at one point were illuminated and lit up the cave and added all the color that you will see if you check out the other video on my channel. This cave was very colorful. It was like a rainbow, you know, and you could not see any of the light sources. Dang it. You couldn't see any of the light sources, and it was just, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous to look at. It was nice, and now it's dark. And you got weird random lights everywhere that used to be hidden by rocks and stuff. Ah, the stage and the other dance floor. This was a nice PvP arena, and you know, like, this is gonna stay in the FDI home space system. Pitstain is the name of it. This is gonna stay here and just remain a tribute to all of the bases that we're going to leave just like this, dark. And I felt like it was fitting because it was named the Rave Grave that it would become such a tribute. And so, guys, I mean, wow, we salute you. To those about to rock. Where's the comm stations? Well, go ahead and do this now. In honor of all the bases that now reside in the dark. Oh, I hate typing like this on PS4. Sorry to put everyone through this with me. Oh, well, somebody did pop into my chat, and I sadly just completely ignored that. That's not awesome. Boom, 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 boom. 1 second, guys, if you will stand by and hang with me. And so that now reside in the dark. In honor of all the bases in the dark. We'll just do that because it doesn't fit. And now, officially, this base will no longer remain hidden. It will be easy to discover and easy to find. This was going to be a pretty decent Easter egg find in this system if you managed to come and see the actual computer and then discover there was not a base in the cave nearby. And if you'd ever heard from hearsay that there was a base hidden on this planet and you searched around long enough for it, you would have found this thing, and it was beautiful and it was colorful. I mean, look at the array of colors and the variety that I had, and those were all hidden inside of stalactites and stalagmites. It was you can see it in the video. I'll say it again. You can see the video in my channel, and you can see this base in its glory back in the day. But that is now a thing of the past, and it will not be a thing ever again. Well, guys, if you stopped in to check this video out and you were curious to see what this cave looked like before I showed up and built anything inside of it, this gave you a good idea. I didn't really take many screenshots of the cave before I started putting lights in it, and now if you watch that video, you'll see just how much I impacted it with all of those light sources and how different it looks. Like, I want to give you guys a good idea of what you can really do with lights in this game, and this video is gonna show. You know, go to the other video and check it out, and you'll see that like there's just endless possibilities just with light alone on what you can do to set an atmosphere inside of an area. So thank you again for checking out this stream if you did. I'm sorry I missed your comment.com, but yeah, it's definitely going to have to stay as it was, because there's no way that I'm coming back to touch anything. This thing is done, and it is as it's going to stay. Well, that calls it. Guys, thank you so much, and I want everyone to have an awesome time adventuring through the galaxy. Stay safe. Don't you go getting down, all right? We've been through this kind of thing before. This isn't the first time we built something and they said, nope, we're going to change things up. And then there we are in some kind of weird panic trying to figure out what we're going to do. Things are going to be cool, okay? You and I are going to stick together. We're going to get this out. It's all going to blow over. You just, hey, you group up with me. We're going to be good. All right? We got this. And so on that note, everybody, thank you so much for coming to check out my stream. I really appreciate it. Beautiful sunrise here on Nabes in Pitstain. I'm signing off. Have a good one.